Good morning. We're going to get started. I'm Joe Pena. I'm Director of Federal Relations for Miami-Dade College. And on behalf of our Miami-Dade College President, Dr. Eduardo Padron, and on behalf of our entire Miami-Dade College family, 175,000 students strong, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our historic Tower Theater and to this very special ceremony. Today we are acknowledging June 2014 as the first ever Immigrant Heritage Month in our nation, and we are duly celebrating it by welcoming 50 of our newest American citizens. Joining us for this very special celebration are our elected officials and distinguished leaders, and I would like to begin by acknowledging our City of Miami Mayor, Tomas Regalado. Thank you for being here. Our City of Miami Commissioner from District 3, a leader who has spearheaded the city funding for the renovations of this beautiful theater, Commissioner Frank Carollo. And I have been promised he's on his way. We have, that will be joining us shortly is our Miami-Dade County Commissioner, Bruno Barrero. At Miami-Dade College, we are very proud to manage the theater operations under the auspices of our Cultural Affairs Department and in collaboration with our City of Miami. And we are very proud today to be partnering in this very special ceremony with our colleagues at the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. And I'd like to acknowledge Linda Swaswina, the District Director of the USCIS. Linda, we've enjoyed working with your troops. And I'd like to also acknowledge our partnership in this special celebration, working with Welcome.us, Tolu Olubumi, who's here, who's the Executive Director and has joined us as well. Thank you for being here. You will be hearing from them shortly. We are assembled at a very historic location, the Tower Theater, which had its start in 1926 as one of the finest state-of-the-art theaters in the South. Located on Southwest 8th Street, our Calle Ocho, next door to our Domino Park, this theater has served as a gathering place for the members of our South Florida community, and in particular, the members of our immigrant community. In the 1960s, it was a destination point for a large number of Cuban refugees, as many families had their first introduction to American culture in the films that were shown here. And because of its special and unique history, for all of us, the Tower Theater represents new beginnings, great aspirations, perseverance, and the hope for a better future in this great country of ours. Now, for all who have followed, this place also is a place for community, for culture, and for learning, and I welcome all of you here today. As I speak of its history, I will tell you that this is also a place of many stories. Stories told and stories yet to be told. The stories that have been told we have seen on the screen, we have seen on the stage, we have heard on the many community gatherings that have taken place here. The stories yet untold, well today, the stories yet untold are all of you. You are writing a new chapter in your life story today. But there's a part of your story that is pretty predictable. And I say it's predictable because it has been repeated time and time again over the course of our nation's history. It is the story of the immigrant coming to America. The immigrant yearning to breathe free, striving for a better life. You come with a commitment to work hard, to do good for this country, and along the way, in extraordinary ways, and sometimes in extraordinarily common ways, you make us stronger, you make us better, you remind us that we live in the freest and in the greatest country on this earth, and we thank you for that. We celebrate you, we celebrate the rich history in its building, and today together we're going to create more history as we continue the tradition of welcoming our newest citizens, new Americans who will fortify our community and our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is my pleasure to call your attention to the big screen for a very special public service announcement from welcome.us.
We came by wind, struck rock, and stuck. Together we came, across the ocean and towards the unknown. By horse and wheel, westward we came, chasing the sunset. We came by steam, across rivers, over mountains and valleys, towards the promise of a new beginning. We conquered the skies, built planes, buses, and cars. When we had nothing else, we came on foot, ran, and walked, and crawled. We made history in the wake of those who came before us, before the waves of all of those yet to come. We carried luggage, letters, and loved ones. Some of us carried nothing but our own potential. We came for love, for liberty, for life. Our reasons for coming were as unique and as numerous as the forces that brought us here. But once we arrived, all of us did the exact same thing. We helped build this country, and we were welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm Miami welcome for the Executive Director of welcome.us, Tolu Olubumi.
Thank you, Joe. Good morning. Before I begin, I would like to say a very special thank you to our event partners, Miami-Dade College, and the U.S. Citizenship and Naturalization Services. We are grateful for your generous support. Thank you. I would also like to recognize and thank Mayor Regalado, Commissioner Carrillo, and Commissioner Barrero. We are honored by your presence on this very special occasion. It is with a full and hopeful heart that I stand here today to celebrate Immigrant Heritage Month with the naturalization of 50 new United States citizens. Immigrant Heritage Month, at its core, is a celebration of hope. Hope that comes from sharing the struggles and triumphs of decades and centuries past. Hope that tells us that our diversity of heritage and experiences strengthens us. Hope that assures us that our future is anchored firmly in the truth that in America, with a good idea and enough hard work, anything is possible. As I look across this room at our soon-to-be newest citizens, I see potential. I see a future filled with endless possibilities. I see hope. Congratulations on this milestone in your American immigrant story. You know, for me, as I'm sure it is for you, U.S. citizenship is an outward manifestation of an inward truth. As a dreamer, it is often hard to see ahead to the day when I will stand as you will this morning and declare this truth to the world. But today I am filled with hope. Your journey to this moment, your story is life-giving hope to me and millions that aspire to stand where you do today. Your presence here today is a reminder of the source of our nation's greatness, our legacy of welcoming immigrants from all over the world to our shores, and saying to them that in this place, you too are permitted to live free and thrive. Thank you for allowing me to share in your joy. Thank you for renewing my hope. Thank you for making America greater today than it was yesterday. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tolu. And now I would like to call up to the podium Mayor Regalado and Commissioner Frank Carollo for a special presentation and remarks.
Good morning. Thank you, Joe. And, you know, it's important that we start celebrating Immigrant Heritage Month in the city of Miami. For Miami is one of the most diverse cities in the United States, founded by two women and signed as a part of the incorporators by a group of people that were not born in the United States, that were born outside, but became part of the community. So it's my pleasure to have my colleague and commissioner from this area, from Little Havana, Frank Carollo, to present this proclamation to the chairman and founder of Welcome.us. ¿Va a decir algo? Dale, dale.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good morning. Buenos días a todos. I will say a few words in English and in Spanish, but don't worry, this is not going to be a long-winded speech. What a special day, and what a special event. This is the first time that I speak before a citizenship ceremony, and I am truly honored. Today, you will become citizens of the best nation on earth, the United States of America. And you will be taking the oath of allegiance at one of the most historic buildings in Miami, the Tower Theater, which is one of the anchors in Little Havana. Este es un día especial que no se van a olvidar. En breves, ustedes se harán ciudadanos americanos en un sitio histórico que siempre ha tenido las puertas abiertas a los inmigrantes. El teatro se construyó en el 1926 y fue el primer teatro en el país que en los años 60 tuvo subtítulos en español para las películas en inglés. Le quiero dar las felicidades a todos ustedes, a sus familiares. I want to congratulate all of you and your family members and your friends that are here present. I also like to thank Miami-Dade College, a university, a college where I studied at, donde yo estudié. Also, I'd like to give thanks to Welcome.us y el Servicio de Inmigración. Happy Immigration Heritage Month. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Regalado and Commissioner Carollo, for your support and for your leadership. Tolu, don't go too far. Unfortunately, Commissioner Barrero cannot join us, but he assured that there was a very special proclamation in honor of Immigrant Heritage Month from Miami-Dade County, and it is my pleasure to present Tolu and Welcome.us with this special proclamation. It is my pleasure to turn over the program to our United States Citizenship and Immigration Service for the Naturalization Ceremony portion, Linda Swaswina, the District Director of USCIS. Linda Swaswina.
Thank you very much. That was really beautiful. I love that. That video is just fantastic, and certainly the proclamations by the city and the county are very well deserved, so thank you. So now we will officially start the swearing-in ceremony for your naturalization, and we will begin by asking you to stand for the presentation of the colors by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Honor Guard, and then please also remain standing for the national anthem, which will be performed by former Miami-Dade College student, Miss Laura Martinez.
Good morning. My name is Laura Martinez Leon, and I'm a former Miami-Dade College student. And I just wanted to share with you that 2 years ago, I became a citizen of this amazing country. So it's not only a pleasure, but my honor to sing the national anthem this day. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, please be seated. Laura, thank you so much for that absolutely magnificent performance. That was just beautiful. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services within the Department of Homeland Security, it is my pleasure to welcome you here to this beautiful venue today. My name is Linda Swasina, and I am the District Director for the Miami and Caribbean District of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. And it is my privilege to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today for this naturalization ceremony. We are so excited to be here with you to celebrate your journey to citizenship and the first ever Immigration Heritage Month here in Miami. We are very grateful to the folks of Miami-Dade College, Welcome.us, the City of Miami, Miami-Dade County, and the Tower Theater for helping us make this day even more special for all of you. In just a few moments, it will be my honor to administer the oath of allegiance to our new citizens, but first, I would again like to recognize City of Miami Mayor Tomas Regalado. In addition to issuing the city proclamation, Mayor Regalado will also serve as our guest speaker today. Thank you. We're also very fortunate to have with us Elisette Perez of Cuba, who will become a citizen of the United States today, and later in the ceremony will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Elisette. I'm also pleased to be joined by Immigration Services Officer Melissa Andrews, who will be recognizing your countries of origin later in the ceremony. There she is. In addition to those who will be speaking today, I wanted to acknowledge and thank our very special visitors in the audience for joining us today. From the office of Senator Marco Rubio, Regional Director Aline Fernandez, Constituent Services Representative Gladys Yanis, and we're happy to see that they brought a group of interns to join us here today, so welcome to all of you. At this time, I wanted to see if there's anyone in the audience who is serving or has served in the U.S. military. If so, would you please stand? No, we don't have anyone today? We always do like to take time in the ceremony to recognize. You would be amazed at how many people choose to serve their country and defend this country even though they weren't yet naturalized Americans. So we thank them for their service, and if you see any service members out in the grocery store or the airport, I hope you'll take a moment to thank them for their service too. Now at this time, I want everyone to direct their attention to the video screen for a presentation of Faces of America, a tribute to citizenship. The video presents a photographic montage of immigrants throughout the over 235-year history of the United States. And I hope that many of you will be taking your photos today to commemorate this day in your life. Again, we're thrilled to be able to hold this ceremony here in this very special and iconic movie theater, which has long been a part of the fabric of this community. And on the back of your programs, you will find a brief history of the Tower Theater, which I encourage all of you to read. Everybody here has a story about their immigration experience. And one of the things that I'm proudest of is that most of my employees are also either children, first-generation children, or they are the actual first generation who came to this country. And they choose to give back to their country by working for Citizenship and Immigration Services to help other immigrants, such as yourself, become the citizens that they are today. And I'm very pleased today to recognize one of those employees who wants to share with you a bit of her own past experiences here at this historic theater. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Lourdes Fernandez.
Good morning, everybody. Bienvenidos. I hope you are all having a beautiful day so far in this beautiful theater. When I heard that our office was partnered with Miami-Dade College to hold a naturalization ceremony here in this historical theater that you're sitting in this historical community that I so deeply love, I was filled with joy. I was immediately flooded with many childhood memories of the time spent here at the theater. So I jumped at the chance to address you today. I would like to thank my colleagues, and especially Ms. Vecina, for giving me the opportunity. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Can you guys hear me? My name is Lourdes Fernandez, and I am a Cuban-American citizen. I came from Cuba to the United States in 1968 when I was just 4 years old with my parents and my younger brother. My parents came to this country in search of a greater opportunity and freedom. Countless Cuban families did the same and made their homes in this neighborhood known as Little Havana. Today, my family still lives within walking distance from this fabulous building. I have watched the Little Havana grow from a small community into a vibrant neighborhood bursting with diversity. Today, Little Havana is truly a multicultural community blended with immigrants from all over the world. The neighborhood and its theater has gone through evolutions over time, but one thing has not changed in my love for this area and for this theater. As a young girl, on Sundays, my family would walk to the theater. I can vividly recall watching movies, and particularly films starring Julio Iglesias and Sandro. He was considered an Argentine Elvis at the time. I recall most movies being played in Spanish with English subtitles. After watching movies here in this theater, my family would then walk a short distance over to Badia Restaurant, just down the street. The building is still there, but now it's called the Pub. My grandparents would also walk over and meet us, and we would all dine together as a family. I fondly recall the Tower and Central Hub and a big part of my life and of new immigrants to this country. Families would come to the Tower with their children seeking a greater sense of community, a place to come together. This was a place where we would discover America's culture, still feel connected to our Cuban heritage. During the 1970s, a company called Wimeco Enterprise owned the theater. Wimeco, guided and founded by Colonel Mitchell Wolfson, a founder of Miami-Dade College. The Wolfsons were a prominent family in this community and contributed greatly in the shaping and molding of our city into a beautiful place it is today. My mother worked for Wimeco, and we were so lucky because the company gave our family free passes to come here each week and watch films. This historic landmark in our Magic City is one of Miami's oldest cultural landmarks, and yet holds beautiful Art Deco architect you see here today. Full of history, the same magic it held for me as I roamed the theater as a child. Words can hardly express how truly emotional and deeply moving it is for me to stand here before you and reflect on my immigrant story and know that I have walked a similar path as many of you are here today. The United States of America has afforded all of the opportunities my family sought out when they initially arrived in this country. Today, I am proud to give back to my adopted homeland. I stand before you as an immigrant, helping immigrants. I consider it a great privilege. As a supervisor of Immigration Service and Department of Homeland Security, I am honored to be able to help others achieve their American dreams, as you are here today. And to top it off, I am here as the city of Miami recognizes June as Immigrant Heritage Month. Well, it just moves me and fills my heart with joy. I hope all of you will find ways to give back to America and participate in your communities. I encourage you to preserve their history for future generations to come so that they may be able to be part of something greater. The Tower Theater will always hold cherished family memories for me, tender reminders of my family's immigrant journey. My roots are here. My immigrant story began here. I am honored to share in this special day, and I am sure proud to be an American. Congratulations to each of you and your families, and I wish you the best. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Lourdes. Thank you so much. So, you have come here, all 50 of you, to pledge your allegiance to the United States of America. You have many things in common, including the fact that you have come here by choice. By the same token, you are a very diverse group. You come from 18 different countries around the globe. In a few moments, you will stand as one and become citizens of the greatest country that civilization has ever known. And now, Ms. Andrews will call the countries.
Good morning, everyone. Who's excited to be here this morning? Okay. I know you're preserving some of your voices for the Heat game tonight, right? Is that what it is? Okay. I will now call the names of your country of origin. I ask that you stand and remain standing until all the countries have been called and all applicants for naturalization are standing. Again, please stand when you hear the name of your country of origin and remain standing until all countries have been called. And of course, you may applaud for your country of origin as you rise to be recognized. Argentina, 1. Bolivia, 1. Brazil, 4. Canada, 1. Colombia, 5. Dominican Republic, 1. Haiti, 5. Honduras, 2. India, 1. Israel, 1. Italy, 1. Jamaica, 1. Mexico, 1. Nicaragua, 2. Peru, 1. Spain, 1. Venezuela, 4. And Cuba, 17. Please remain standing. Ms. Wasina, on behalf of the United States government, it is my pleasure to present these 50 applicants from 18 countries for naturalization. Each applicant has been personally examined under oath by a designated officer. Each one has demonstrated an understanding of the English language and knowledge and understanding of the fundamentals of history, principles, and form of government of the United States. Each one has been found to be a person of good moral character attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Therefore, Ms. Wasina, on behalf of the government of the United States, I respectfully recommend that upon taking the oath of allegiance, all applicants be admitted as citizens of the United States of America.
All right. A copy of the oath was included in your packet this morning, and it also will appear on the screen here behind me so you can follow along. So this is it. Are you ready? Yes. Oh, let's try that again. Are you ready? Yes. All right, there we go. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, you are citizens of the United States of America. All right, you may be seated. I know this day is already very special for you, but we are so pleased once again to have Mayor Tomas Regalado here with us to make it even more special for you. He was elected mayor on November 3rd, 2009. He is a former broadcast journalist, having worked for numerous news outlets here in Miami and in other locations. In 1983, he became the first Cuban-American member of the White House Press Corps. As a member of the Press Corps, he traveled with Presidents Reagan, Bush, and Clinton. In 1996, Mayor Regalado entered the political arena and was elected city commissioner, where he continued to serve through 2009, and since that time he has served as the mayor of the city of Miami. Mayor Regalado was born in Havana, Cuba, and came to the United States at the age of 14 as part of the Peter Pan program, along with his younger brother. See, everyone has an immigrant story. Mayor Regalado still lives here in the community of Little Havana with his youngest son, Jose Francisco, and he is a proud father and grandfather. So please join me in welcoming again Mayor Regalado.
Good morning and congratulations. You know, it's it's an important day for you, but it's also an important day for me because I see myself sitting there many, many, many years ago. When I came, I was disoriented. I was alone. My little brother with me, and I only had the hopes that my family someday will join me. But I saw in this country a will to welcome me, a will not to reject anyone who in good faith was seeking a new life, who was seeking freedom, the possibility of speaking freely. And for me, it was more important than ever because my father stood behind because he was in jail, because as a journalist, he was incarcerated for the things that he said. So I came to this country, and I felt that I had started a new life. I was able to say whatever I want to say. I was able to choose what I want to study, to choose where I live, to choose where I buy or what I buy. And then I decided that by choice, this was my country. And I didn't make a mistake. It has been, for me, a greatest experience of all, living in the United States, living in democracy, raising children in a country that lets you be whatever you want to be. I am proud to have a family born in the United States, children born in the United States, but they still consider themselves Cuban American. And that is important. What you did today doesn't mean that you should forget the country that you were born, that you should forget the culture that you learn, that you should forget the friends that you have. This will make you stronger. The more important thing that you have achieved today is that today you are a full person in this country. That this group here could determine the way that the city, the state, the county, or the nation goes, because you will have the power of the vote. And you will carry a passport that will make you proud of going around the world being an American citizen. And it's fitting that you have this ceremony here in the Tower Theater. We just heard about the memories of the Tower, and I was part of that memories as a teenager. But more important, in Southwest A Street in Little Havana is where all began. Everything began in this area many, many years ago. First, the Cuban Americans came and they blended with the American way of life, but kept their culture. That's why Little Havana was created. And then the Nicaraguans came and created Little Managua. They blended with the culture of the United States, but kept their culture and their heritage. And then Little Haiti. So Miami is the most diverse city in the U.S., and we're proud. And today, Miami is what the United States will be, maybe in 50 years. So it is important that you understand what you have received today. You have received today the power to determine the way that this country will go in the future. So for that, and for many things for you and your family, I congratulate you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those beautiful and inspiring remarks. And now we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Elisette Perez, who, like you, just became a United States citizen.
Please place your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now you may be seated again. And at this time, I'd like everyone to direct their attention to the video screen for a message from the President, Barack Obama, and then after that video, we will lead into a music video of God Bless the USA, performed by Lee Greenwood. Please feel free to join us in singing along.
It's an honor and a privilege to call you a fellow citizen of the United States of America. This is now officially your country, your home to protect, to defend, and to serve through active and engaged citizenship. Together, we are a nation united not by any one culture or ethnicity or ideology, but by the principles of opportunity, equality, and liberty that are enshrined in our founding documents. Today marks a very special day in your life. You've traveled a long path to get here. You've sworn a solemn oath to this country and now have all the rights of citizenship. With the privilege of citizenship, though, come great responsibilities. And so I ask that you use your freedoms and your talents to contribute to the good of our nation and the world. Always remember that in America, no dream is impossible. Like the millions of immigrants who have come before you, you have the opportunity to enrich this country through your contributions to civic society, business, culture, and your community. You can help write the next great chapter in our American story. And together, we can keep the beacon that is America burning bright for all the world to see. I am proud to welcome you as a new citizen of this country. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say the men there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
At this time, we're going to be handing out your naturalization certificate. When you hear your name called, please come forward. And before you leave, please take a moment to look at your certificate. And if you see that your certificate contains an error, please take it over to our service table where you checked in out in the lobby. So, and now Melissa Andrews will join me again in calling out the names of the applicants. Mayor. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nassan Jean Haiti. Lourdes Garcia, Cuba. Yvonette Vinant, Haiti. Jorge Orlando Alonso, Nicaragua. Chantal Mendoza, Venezuela. Rosario Stable, Cuba. Edwin Gustavo Sotelo, Peru. Mora de la Caridad Rolo, Cuba. Quesney Joseph St. Martin, Haiti. Orestela Hurtado Leon, Cuba. Elisette Perez, Cuba. Zita Pego, Cuba. Ania Quintana, Cuba. Karen Bonito Miller, Jamaica. Jaime Brugo, Spain. Yolvis Dominguez, Cuba. Claribel Lopez Perez, Cuba. Lisette Esperon, Cuba. Juan Padilla Hernandez, Honduras. Yanelis Martin Torralbes, Cuba. Gustavo Camacho, Colombia. Viviana Gomez, Colombia. Maritza Torres, Nicaragua. Borno Deser, Haiti. Alan Martinez Espinoza, Cuba. Maria Rosario Gemeo, Bolivia. Marcela Toro, Honduras. Sara Bejar, Mexico. Yegli Toboso, Cuba. Amy Cabrera, Cuba. Sabina Covo, Colombia. Rafael Eduardo Lopez, Venezuela. Ednine Alexandre, Haiti. Rodrigo Medina Cuartas, Colombia. Yarilyn Mayor, Cuba. Yesmeli Gonzalez, Cuba. Iyal Barshan, Israel. Franklin Trujillo, Dominican Republic. Mariana Barbalho Acevedo, Brazil. Alenio Acevedo Nito, Brazil. Deepa Satya, India. Roy Kantararaja, Canada. Carlos Lopez, Venezuela. Milagros Velasquez, Venezuela. Claudia Santa Maria, Argentina. Eros Viola, Italy. Flavio Fernandez Neves, Brazil. Carini Sabardelotto del Oliveira, Brazil. Sorry about that. Diana Zulima Seguro, Colombia. Wilmer Cedre, Cuba. Was that the last one? And that looks like, yeah. Everyone got their certificates, right? Good, okay. In case you can't tell, my employees and I, this is our favorite part of the job. So it's so great to see so many people with big smiles on their face. And one of you even leaned over and told me, I'm so proud to be an American. Thank you so much. We're proud to have every one of you. Okay. So in your handouts that you got today, there's a mail-in voter registration form because, as the mayor noted, you now have the power to vote and run the government of this country. So please do register to vote. There's also a passport application packet with all the instructions telling you how to apply for a United States passport. I would like to extend a very special thank you to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Honor Guard for their participation in today's ceremony. They always add a special touch, and we appreciate them being here. I also want to thank the outstanding USCIS staff who are here, including Lourdes for her wonderful remarks that she made. Thank you all for your dedication and your efforts. And again, many thanks to Miami-Dade College, the Tower Theater, Welcome.us, the City of Miami, and Miami-Dade County. This truly was a historic and memorable event because of your contributions, and we appreciate your partnership. So, at this time, I would like to ask the Customs and Border Protection Honor Guard to close out the ceremony. Please stand.
This concludes our ceremony, and again, congratulations to all of our newest United States citizens. Thank you.